Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Fireside Talks, where today we're going to talk about pirates, predators, and all the other of the worst scum of the earth. Horrible people who sustain themselves off of the sweat of the brow of other people, of the innocent soul of the modern gamer.
USSR anthem starts playing.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you haven't caught on yet, we're going to talk a little bit about piracy and anti-piracy. We're going to talk a little bit about shit like loot boxes and other predatory business practices. And we're going to be talking about whatever the fuck else we wind up talking about. So, which one do you want to start with? Piracy or predation?
I mean, we kind of left off the previous podcast on the whole predatory business strategy thing.
Yeah.
So I guess we could segue start right into that.
Yeah.
In some ways.
Well, let me rev up my segue and
scream we're not from here.
Yeah, actually, let's start with one of the roots of the problem. In my hands, I have the Xbox 360 copy of Dead Space 3. A lot of people consider it the weakest of the series. Personally, I enjoyed the game. Now, it had an, at the time, rather strange feature. Throughout the game, you could pick up these, really little resource collection boxes. Yeah.
Your knee is bumping into the table. That sounds horrible on the mic, I'm guessing.
Yeah, well, I'm going to not do that then. But yeah, you could go through the game and you could send out this cute little robot to pick up resources for you. So you can, improve your guns and stuff.
Okay.
Because it had crafting.
Yeah.
Which was on the rise at the time. And I was like, oh, that's kind of neat. And when I was in that workbench, I saw you can buy packs of resources online kind of thing. I thought to myself, well, that's probably a useful feature for those who have some extra money lying around and don't want to spend, time sort of quote unquote grinding at the game.
Mm-hmm.
Seemed an innocuous feature. Of course it was crowbarred into the game because the people in charge told the devs, hey, we want a feature to squeeze some extra money out of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And after that sort of thing started cropping up more and more. Microtransactions and loot boxes.
I feel like the whole microtransaction thing the root cause of it can be found in mobile games, to be honest.
Yeah, mobile games is where that shit really became the problem it is.
Yeah, because a lot of mobile games have it as the root mechanic, I should say. Built into the whole system of how it works, that you almost need to buy loot boxes or buy the in-game currency that you can only get with real life money or completing certain tasks, in a way to sure, you can play the game without spending money,
but it'll take you 6 years.
Yeah, as opposed to 6 hours,
or as opposed to $6.
Yeah, exactly. The whole like we said last episode, it's not pay to play. No, it's not even pay to win. It's pay to enjoy.
I mean, you're kind of working off the assumption that these games are enjoyable.
There are some of them that are enjoyable.
Yeah, a lot of the problem with it, though, is that the second you invest money into it, it's an investment. When you invest time and money, that's one of those things that psychologically hooks you.
Yeah, I feel like it takes really advantage of the whole sunk cost fallacy. Where it's I can't just uninstall this game and never play it again. I've already spent $200 on it, so I'm gonna have to keep playing it and sink in another $200. Or you could just save that $200 and find a game that doesn't suck onto your wallet like a goddamn leech.
Yeah, if I'm gonna pay $200 for a game, it's gotta be really good at sucking.
Yeah.
A little bit of a prostitution joke there, but let's.
But you're absolutely right that it's bled out into more mainstream thing, because I still remember the whole debacle about. Was it Oblivion that had the fucking $3 for horse armor DLC thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nowadays, it's $20 is completely fine for loot box as long as all of it is cosmetical.
Yeah.
I feel like one of the biggest recent examples that I personally can think of is fuck, was it in Advanced Warfare, like Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, where they had the Brecci? Or no, but it was like some of the recent Call of Duty games had like variants of the guns that you could get in loot boxes, but you had to. The only way you could get the loot boxes, like a ton of them, was if you paid with COD points. The only way to get COD points is to spend real life money on it.
Yeah.
And those variants were fucking broken.
Yeah, I see that. Like the moment you start paying real life money for an in-game advantage rather than something just entirely cosmetic in a multiplayer game,
Oh yeah.
yeah, you're gonna. It boils down to two things. One, whaling. Two, it's just gonna cause this super toxic environment because now all those who don't have all this jazzy shit will either freak out and try hard even more, sinking more time into the game, thus increasing their chance to quote unquote offend by buying.
Or they're
Just gonna buy immediately.
yeah, because they're either gonna sink a ton of time into it and be frustrated, or they're gonna go for the whole good old if you can't beat them, join them sort of
Exactly.
thing. Which and the problem is that developers know this as well.
Yeah,
that's why they designed these systems because if it didn't quote unquote work in the way that they got a ton of money out of it, they wouldn't do it.
Yeah, like it's
Vote with your fucking wallet.
It's also, again, back to the whole thing with whaling. A whale in these terms is someone who spends an exorbitant amount of money on these things. That's where a lot of these games, most of these games, make their money from quote unquote whales.
Yeah.
Those who would spend like $2,000 up to 20 grand, something like that, on a game. We have seen stories of like people throwing like 100 grand at a game.
Yeah, wasn't there a kid like in the I think it was China who had like gotten a hold of his mom's credit card and spent like $17,000 on Fortnite or something?
Yeah, like that's a pretty tame example because that's just some child stealing their parents' money.
Yeah, but
they don't
still,
have the
though.
concept of it. Like you get people like real life gambling addicts. I remember I saw a Jimquisition episode actually about this. Where a lad who had gone into gaming because he wanted something else to put his mind to after having escaped the gambling addiction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he turned to COD.
Yeah.
COD turned into a gambling addiction because loot boxes.
Yeah.
Because he had a gambling personality. That shit ain't easy to escape. And when it's around every fucking corner, you're gonna blow your fucking nose off.
Yeah. And it's like, oh man, no, I don't like it. It's like, okay, sure, I can understand like loot boxes with cosmetic items because in the gaming industry today, you're not going to be able to make back a lot of the money from developing the games.
Yeah, you are.
Developing budgets are getting bigger and bigger. They're going to need some ways to earn more money.
Yeah,
I'm not defending loot boxes.
No. EA has cracked that. You just lay off all your employees.
Yeah, and then, oh god, fucking EA. You want to talk about EA?
I wanna create a universe in which nobody ever talks about EA again because
Dude,
they're
fucking
gone.
Star Wars Battlefront 2?
We're talking about the new one, not the old one from the early 2000s, which was good.
Yeah, from 2005,
It
I think
was
it was.
great.
That is a fantastic game. I
I
still
liked
play
it.
that to this day.
It is a good game. I enjoyed that game. I don't like the new one. You have to play 20,000 hours to unlock Darth Vader.
Yeah, that was the example I was going to come up with. You need to either play 20,000 hours, well, that's an exaggeration, but like you had to play like an exorbitant amount of money. That's probably horrible on the mic, given the fact that the mic is right there.
Sorry, fidgeting behavior, ADHD.
Yeah, like you had to play like an exorbitant amount of hours to unlock one of the characters that, let's be honest, quite a few people wanted to play as Darth Vader.
Yeah,
or
no
you could
shit.
pay this small sum of money, in gigantic air quotes, to unlock him straight away. Of course people are going to go for unlocking him straight away.
Yeah, it's Darth fucking Vader.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, sure.
Darth Daddy.
Yeah, sure, the guy might, wear a dildo helmet and breathe like a cancer patient, but boy howdy, does he have that edgelord factor that a lot of kids like these days.
Yeah, so like, of course they're going to put that in there doesn't mean it's okay, but still, they're gonna put that in there.
Yeah,
And it's predatory business, and it's not okay.
They got so much flack for it immediately.
Oh, dude, they got so much flack for it.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of games. I get a lot of flack for a lot of their business practices.
I still fucking remember, what was it? When Assassin's Creed 4, when Assassin's Creed Unity came out, it ran like shit. And like 2 days after the release, I saw this video from a YouTuber called Review Tech USA that I used to follow, where it's like some 17-year-old had spent 10 minutes looking into the source code and created a patch that was free for everyone to download. They just fixed every single issue when it came to running the game.
I just had a nightmare. We might have to cut this out so that it doesn't give anyone any ideas, but I just thought of something.
All right, and we're back. Yeah, no, I'm cutting that the fuck out. Good God, you are a sadistic human piece of shit.
Yeah, that's not an idea we want out there.
No, like I'm not. I'm so against censorship. It's not even funny, but I'm so tempted to just fucking tape your mouth shut and not allow you to speak ever again.
Yeah, I just had the most predatory business practice idea of all time.
Oh God,
just
damn,
aside from hiring people to break into people's homes and steal their furniture.
Oh, but yeah, no, there are so many things out there. God.
Yeah.
So, I guess moving on from that, we could go into anti-piracy measures.
Actually, let's do a stopgap. Key resellers. Hey, I hate those things.
Yeah. Yeah, you talk about grey market things like G2A.
Kingwing, G2A, yeah, those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Because they're used just for money laundering and scams, and it's hurting indie game publishers just so bad. Because, like, the go-to thing is like some guy creates fake keys, sells them through G2A. The keys, get outed as, these are non-functional keys. And who has to refund that? Not G2A, not the guy who originally sold said keys. No, the developer of the game that the keys are for. These non-existent keys that the developers never created.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sucking hundreds of thousands out of innocent little indie developers. Like, yeah, sure, if you're sucking a couple of bucks out of, like, EA or something, I could kind of let that slide.
Yeah, I mean, I've used G2A.
Yeah, I have never done so because I hate the thing and I don't.
But like the thing is, like, I'm not trying to defend the fact that I basically committed theft and piracy. But yeah, no, I used G2A to buy Assassin's Creed Unity back in the day because I wanted to experience the game for myself, but I did not want to support a publisher that did something that fucking dumb as Ubisoft did.
What, make Assassin's Creed Unity?
Release it in a state where it was basically unplayable.
Take it you never played Bethesda games, huh?
It's just the guy who sat me in front of the TV and says, we're going to spend the next 30 hours play Skyrim.
I mean, Skyrim's so epic, though.
Yeah,
it's good.
I still haven't touched it after I got the last achievement on it.
Oh, you sad man.
I enjoyed my time with Skyrim, but now I'm done with it.
Oh, you just see my new mods. The sky is so beautiful, pretty. Volumetric lighting.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to sit down when the only talking point you have for why I should try it out is the fact that you've modified the fuck out of it.
Yeah, mods are great. Yeah, that's one thing I'll defend to the ends of the earth, is the modding scene of anything, basically. Except when people get real weird with it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, anti-piracy measures.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of fun ones baked in. Like, I don't know what... I mean, everyone's seen those fucking lists on YouTube. Like, top whatever piracy measures.
Yeah, like with Mirror's Edge, where it's like, if it detects that it's a pirated copy, when you're nearing someplace where you need to make a big jump, it like automatically slows you down so you never get the distance necessary.
Yeah, that one where you're chased by an angry mortal crab monster.
Yeah, that's what's the...
I was about to say Serious Sam.
It is. Yeah. Serious Sam 3.
Yeah. Or, just all sorts of things like that.
Still, my favorite anti-piracy measure to this day exists in Game Dev Tycoon. Because if the game detects that it is a pirated copy, your game studio goes bankrupt because of pirated games.
Yeah, which is,
People just start pirating your games en masse. You make no money and you just go bankrupt.
yeah, and it's always funny to read screenshots of forum posts about that. It's like, oh, I keep going under because of piracy, and someone reply with, yeah, that's because you pirated the game, you idiot.
Yeah. Oh, it's so fucking great.
That's the single best use of irony in a piracy.
Yeah.
Like the sort of. It's either in something like Game Dev Tycoon or in a pirate game where you can do funny anti-piracy measures like that and have it be real fun and ironic.
Fuck, now I'm actually struggling to come up with any other like anti-piracy measure things.
I mean, there's always the good old-fashioned lawsuit.
Yeah, but like
okay,
we're talking funny in-game anti-piracy measures here.
I mean, I think I mentioned this last time, but Factorio cracked the code. They basically let you pirate their fucking game, but it's so good that you want access to the features you only can have if you have a legit copy, i.e. Proper functioning multiplayer and the mods. So you get yourself a real copy because the game is fucking epic.
Yeah, there's also those people out there who like talk about how they pirate games. And then if they like find it to be a game that they could honestly see themselves playing for like a long time, they will go ahead and like actually buy the real deal.
Yeah.
Which on the one hand, I see the point and I understand why they do it. On the other hand, because like, you know, you don't want to really spend $60 on a game and then figure out that, oh fuck, I hate this game, you know?
I don't know. You see a lot of players sink thousands of hours into games they hate.
Yeah. I mean, sure. Struggling to come up with any real examples right now, but
every single MOBA. I'm a League of Legends player. I hate my life. Haha.
People don't hate League of Legends though. People hate the League of Legends community.
Exactly. You don't hate League of Legends. You hate playing it because of the people you play with/against.
Yeah, I'm aware. I've tried League of Legends.
I haven't.
I don't. It's so full of salt the fucking Dead Sea is jealous.
Yeah, dude, I'm a fucking Magic player. How do you think I feel?
Oh, good God. Why? The salt. Oh my God. It's bothering me.
Yeah, actually, speaking of the whole loot box thing again, it's always been like an interesting topic to look at from a Magic the Gathering standpoint. Because some governments actually tried to do the whole, around the time they were making legislation around loot boxes, that Magic the Gathering does loot boxes kind of thing with the, booster packs. Every trading card game, it doesn't tell you what you're buying. It's a surprise. But when it comes to Magic, you get what you pay for. Every single package is pretty much guaranteed to give you a return on investment.
Yeah. But, I see where they're coming from with that, though.
Yeah.
But I still... One of the biggest, debacles around loot boxes isn't even related to the loot boxes themselves. It's related to how people exploited the items within the loot boxes. CSGO!
Oh yeah, the gambling.
Yeah, the fucking whole CSGO gambling thing, especially with the Syndicate Project and T Martin, where they didn't disclose that they were the owners of the fucking casino they were promoting.
Which is illegal.
Yeah, according to, was it FTC regulations that
according to human decency.
Well, yeah, sure, but we actually have laws in place for it as well.
Yeah, but I don't fucking pay attention to that shit because I don't play CSGO.
The FTC basically says that that's illegal because you have to, if you're going to, do any business deals or promote anything, you have to disclose whether or not you're part of the company.
I mean,
because in the same way that if let's say that Fireside Talks strikes it real fucking big, right?
Yeah.
And I go up to a buddy of mine. It's like, hey, have you heard about this cool new podcast? It's called Fireside Talks. It's two idiots sitting down discussing random topics. You check it out. It's kind of scummy given the fact that I should probably inform him that I'm one of the co-hosts.
Yeah, and while you're on YouTube, you have to disclose whether or not you're sponsored.
Yeah.
A lot of places you don't.
No.
That's sometimes, it's like in real life, you can, a lot of people, companies and shit, get away with that stuff over a very low bar.
Yeah, they shouldn't though because of the FTC thing. If you're trying to sell a product, you should B, you should disclose the fact that you're sponsored by it.
Should we try to eliminate product placement? It's a bit of a sketchy one because exactly because if you don't have products in your fucking movie, it's gonna seem so out of reality. Like if we were to take a picture of this living room right now, there's a cola bottle and a fucking Monster Energy can on the table.
There's a fucking Nintendo Switch right over there.
Yeah.
There's a LG TV. There's a
more Magic the Gathering than any one person should possess.
There's a fucking bottle of Jameson up on that shelf. You know?
Exactly. It's
like product placements are a thing, but like what I have a problem with when it comes to product placements is when it's done in this like cheap, glorified like 80s commercial. Hey, look at this fucking thing. Buy it. Okay, goodbye.
I'm gonna fetch another game from my shelf.
Oh God. Yeah, you made it again.
Alright. I have returned from my journey.
Yes, what game have you picked up?
Have you seen this game before?
Bionic Commando. I've seen it, but I haven't really played it or looked into like the game in and of itself, no.
Okay, so for those listening right now, here's a challenge. Open up Google and just fucking look up Bionic Commando. Just look at some screenshots of the game. Let's see if I can find some in the manual, because this was made back in the day when manuals were a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to have any pictures of the tragedy I want to describe, which is its product placement.
Yeah, because like there are good ways of doing product placement, and I've seen them done well. Unfortunately, I can't come up with any specific concrete examples right now.
Okay, you
know, like that cheesy thing where it's like I think it was in I don't remember which movie it is, but like there's a fucking cave-in like downtown New York, and you see them go into a cave, and you just have like in the top left of the screen, you have this Coca-Cola machine just hanging the fuck out.
Yeah,
it's like come on.
Okay, this is basically that. You see these environments in this this pamphlet here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see the wreckage. Let's quickly flip through it a few times, see if you see some scenes. Yeah, you see that it's just, everything's fucking destroyed.
Yeah.
Practically post-apocalyptic.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the in-game environments, you know what's untouched?
Let me guess, product placement things.
Pepsi machines.
Yeah, of course.
And billboards.
Of course.
Entirely pristine billboards with advertisements for Alienware and other gaming-related brands.
That reminds me of something funny. If you're ever watching a horror movie...
Yeah.
And you want to figure out who the killer is...
Yeah.
Look who doesn't own an iPhone.
Yeah.
Because Apple doesn't want their products associated with murderers, which... completely fucking understandable.
Yeah, like bad guys aren't allowed to have Apple products.
So
which is weird, because Apple is evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, hot take. If you're hearing me, the ghost of Steve Jobs, you and your company is a blight upon humanity. Steve Jobs himself was a veritable vampire sucking the life out of his employees. He's far more talented employees. Yep. Fuck Apple.
But getting back on topic...
Yeah, sorry, I'm just so filled with hate,
I'm aware, you vitriolic cunt.
Yeah, I'm a vitriolic withering pointed at the larger scheme of things, I suppose.
Yeah, but like, back to product placements and all that. There's a good way to do it, and there's a bad way to do it. And whether or not you hit that mark is... debatable at times.
Good way of product placement, a guy naturally drinking a can of cola. Bad product placement, zooming in on it, having the label facing the camera and the guy going, cola,
yeah,
John.
But basically, like, sure, if you have a scene in a bar and you see like the Bud Light logo, for example.
Did you watch the newer Transformers movies that have been sponsored by Bud Light?
No, I haven't watched Transformers since I was in elementary school.
Well, I think it's like the fourth one, like after they managed to get rid of Shia LaBeouf.
Okay.
Where like a Bud Light truck crashes, and the main character oh, there's Bud Light everywhere, and he picks up a Bud Light and drinks it off the street.
What the fuck?
Yeah, but there's also a lot of Chinese products in those ones now because they're doing big in the Chinese market. So there's inexplicably these non-Chinese characters in non-Chinese settings using Chinese stuff. But
Ah.
like that it basically doesn't have an international presence.
Oh yeah, that's also probably something that should be mentioned. There's the fact that the products in your movies that you are, placing should be relevant to the setting. If you go to fucking, for example, I love the TV series The Ranch with Ashton Kutcher and Daniel Masterson.
Never watched it.
Fuck Danny Masterson.
I guess never watched it.
No, but he's been accused of several sexual things.
Anything, reasonably proven?
Not at the moment, I don't think.
So potentially fuck that guy.
Yeah, potentially fuck Danny Masterson. Anyways, like you have this like rural Colorado setting. Yeah, sure, they're gonna have fucking Wranglers and Levi's. They're gonna have fucking Bud Light. If I ever roll up and watch that show and they have like a bottle of fucking Dom Perignon sitting on the bar table, being like, "Yes, let's drink this," like sophisticated city folks. That's not gonna no.
I mean, some people just like certain things, You could be in high society and drink moonshine, or you can be in the boonies and have a nice
We're
bottle of
talking about the
champagne.
same show where people are hating on Teslas because they're rednecks.
Yeah, but like, hey, come on, if they like, some snazzy wine, let them. But dude, if I was watching a new cut of Lord of the Rings and I saw Aragorn fucking snap into a Slim Jim or whatever the fuck it's called, I'm gonna write a letter.
Yeah, it's like,
I'm
okay,
gonna send
sure.
it with carrier pigeon.
Sure, you might have been sponsored by Slim Jim. That doesn't mean it fits into the setting, and that makes
Exactly.
it horrible product placement.
Yeah, stuff's gotta be natural. Like if you shove it down someone's throat, it isn't product placement. It's sexual assault. Just with products.
Sexually assaulted by a Slim Jim.
I do not need that mental image. Thank you very much.
You're fucking welcome, given all the horrible mental images you put in my head over the years.
Well, at least I don't describe all the sexual assault I've been exposed to, which thankfully never had any Slim Jims.
Yeah, no, like product placement. There's a right way to do it. There's a wrong way to do it.
Yeah.
Don't fuck it up.
Yeah, like the thing is, if you notice product placement, it's being done wrong.
Yeah, that's a big thing about it, isn't it?
Yeah, like it's kind of like with CGI. Like some people say that if you notice CGI, it's bad CGI. That's not technically true.
No.
There's some things you're gonna look at it and you're like, yeah, that's CGI, but at the same time, it can be fucking epic.
Yeah.
But
like,
when it's like
Sinbad, the fucking animated movie.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
okay, that's sure you can see that it's CGI, but that's also because it's fucking ancient.
it's all really good though.
It's a fucking great movie.
I saw it for the first time last year, and I'm like, man, this is one of the best movies I've.
Last year?
Yeah, last year.
Dude, that movie was part of my childhood. I used to watch that shit on VHS.
Yeah.
Oh god, that is going to date me horribly.
I used to watch Road to El Dorado on VHS all the time because that thing was fucking epic. And that has CGI in it.
I used to watch Digimon on Digimon on VHS.
Yeah, well, a lot of shit on VHS.
Oh, dude, the original Pokemon movie, like the Pokemon Mewtwo Strikes Back.
Oh, come on, don't wound me like this, bro.
Oh, that's a great movie.
It is a really good movie.
It's fucking sad, though.
Yeah, they remade it. Did you watch the remake?
I watched the remake, and
ass.
I wish they'd somebody bring the brain bleach, please.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna watch that.
I wish they had invented something to like destroy specific fucking memories so that I could forget that goddamn movie exists.
Yeah, it really pisses me off when people take something good and then shit all over it to make money.
Oh,
Pacific Rim 1. Guillermo del Toro's love letter to Japanese big robots fighting big monsters kind of thing. Beautiful movie. All the camera work is like realistic. Yeah, it's a quote unquote. Every camera placement, it makes sense, like as if it could be in a location or a helicopter. Everything feels immersive and good and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Everything moves slowly, hugely. Like, yeah, it's not physically possible, but everything kind of feels real because it's done
Like,
well.
in universe settings,
Yeah.
everything seems realistic, basically.
And it was really popular in China, so they forced a sequel, not directed by Guillermo del Toro, where oh look, there's newer, more futuristic Jaegers that sprint and move really fast, and oh look at these fucking flying digital camera movements that don't feel like they're connected to anything in real space at all. So it's just like The Matrix, except with digital cameras and like robots doing backflips or whatever. Like, yeah, thanks for ruining one of my favorite fucking things. Like Pacific Rim 1, it wasn't okay, let's not call it an intelligent movie or like a masterclass in storytelling, but man, it was epic.
I still haven't watched the original Pacific Rim.
You need to. That fucking theme music is gonna put hairs on your chest and make you power lift your fucking couch every day. It's so
Maybe
good.
I'll watch that when I get home. Who knows?
Yeah, like it's just such a great movie to just sit down and enjoy.
Is it one of those like actually like sit down and enjoy, or is it one of those like I want to turn my brain off for a while, so I'm going to watch this?
Make your own judgment after watching it, and then tell me what you feel about it.
Oh, but like you want to talk about like shitting on original IPs to squeeze a bit more money out of it? Why don't we talk about what the fuck Disney's been doing lately with the reboots of all those classic childhood movies?
Or like the live action versions of them?
Yeah, basically that's what I'm saying. You know, the live action Jungle Book, for example.
Lion King.
Yeah.
Mulan.
Mm-hmm.
The fucking Aladdin. Like, okay, people are like, oh no, the new live action Aladdin was pretty okay. Pretty okay? The original was fantastic.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would I watch a new inferior version that is pretty okay?
Dude, but they're doing it with other things as well, you know, like... Because I was talking to my parents about my little sister a while back, and I was asking them, you know, like, I can't wait until she's older, you know, so I can introduce her to some of the stuff I grew up with, like Recess, or Lloyd in Space, or American Dragon Jake Long, and shit like that. And I for some reason, we came onto the topic of, what the fuck is, I don't know what it's called in English, Mumitrolle. Moomin, yeah, we came on to the topic of the Moomin. She's like, oh yeah, we showed her Moomin. I'm like, why have you shown her Moomin, dude? That thing is freaky. And they're like, oh, we got video of it. And she's sitting at my, her grandparents' place. And they show us, like, this CGI round-edged fucking Moomin. I'm like, fuck you! Original Moomin. Like, the fucking animated thing from Japan.
Horror? Yeah, the cosmic horror Moomin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I wanted to grow up with. Fuck all this new age bullshit.
Yeah. Like,
I get irrationally angry about this. I'm sorry. But...
That's fine. Get angry about it. It's like, it's always sad when they take something really great and destroy it with bad CGI or terrible.
And I also want to say that I feel like kids' TV series nowadays are so much softer than when we were growing up. Because like nowadays,
Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Dude, no, because like nowadays it's like, hi, my name is Dora. Can you help me find the rainbows and butterflies? And back in the day, it's like, good, hyfsa.
I don't fucking remember.
Oh, okay. Well. So we're back. There was this monster in Moomin that like brought the winter and decay with it, and it was like, oh no, here she comes to kill everybody in the Moomin Valley. But thank God, Granddaddy Moomin has a fucking gun. You know, it's like, what the fuck happened?
I think that thing might have just been lonely. I remember seeing some fucking fan theory things.
Yeah, but like, good God, that was fucking nightmare fuel when I was a kid.
Yeah.
That's what I want my little sister to grow up with.
Yeah, like, here comes the immortal incarnation of Frost.
Yeah, exactly. Well, fuck you and your flowers, Dora.
Yeah, I like, speaking of all the things that have been fucked by CGI and budget. Overlord, Season 3.
Still haven't watched it.
Yeah, you shouldn't. I'll just send you links to light novels. Light novels, amazing. Some of my favorite written works of all time. It's right up there with fucking Discworld. And I got...
Terry Pratchett, although I haven't read Discworld, he's apparently one of the greatest authors to ever live.
Yeah, I can stand behind that. Terry Pratchett, greatest author ever. Don't at me. But yeah, Overlord, fucking amazing. Season 1 and Season 2 is pretty good at sort of selling the light novels to the anime crowd. Season
Yeah, I mean,
3,
I got interested in reading the light novels from watching season 1 and 2. I
Yeah.
mean, minus the lizard porn arc.
yeah, minus people have mixed opinions about the lizard porn arc.
Listen, when people sell me Overlord, it's like, oh, look at these strategic mastermind and these like fucking slaughter and death and decay and these grand battles, and I'm just sitting there like in quarantine because I'm getting tested for COVID, sipping cocoa and watching lizard porn.
Yeah.
Fucking excuse you?
Yeah, I mean, you remember the main character's facial expression when he spotted that on his magical mirror. Kind of
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, yeah.
That was a physical representation of me when that was happening.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that different from a sex scene in any a very very softcore sex scene in anything else.
I mean,
Exactly.
sure.
It just kind of like puts a new spin on it, and that's kind of why it's funny. But yeah, season 3, the CG in it is worse than PlayStation 1 cutscenes.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, like there are two things in particular, which is I'm not going to spoil this for anyone, but there's two bits that in the novels are fucking great, like beautiful depictions of terror and horror and mass murder and that kind of thing. And when you see them animated, you're like, they massacred my boy. I am emotionally injured by looking at this substandard depiction. This dries up my fucking capillaries. I don't have skin anymore. What's happening?
Oh man.
It's frustrating. It's disheartening.
Fuck, I had something that we could talk about, but I completely forgot about it now.
Because I get too intense about stuff.
Yeah, and the fact that I'm an ADHD riddled fuckstick, so I have a problem remembering things at times.
One Punch Man, season 1.
That's what I was going to talk about.
Yeah.
How about the whole why are you watching anime? Anime is cartoons and it's for kids.
Oh.
How about that shit, eh?
I mean, okay.
Yeah, sure. Let's just wait until my little sister is like 7 years old. Let's show her Blood Sea.
Yeah, look at the cute little bunnies.
Yeah, fucking using their hands as a fucking mixmaster blender to fucking squish people.
Yeah.
Let's talk about them spit roasting people on their fingers and eating them.
You've just seen that one scene, haven't you?
I have. And the other scene where there's like this creature that attacks the school, but I don't remember much about that.
Yeah, let's not describe that, or YouTube's gonna be all down our throats like Bill Cosby.
Let's fucking not. No, anime isn't for kids. Sure, there are some kid-friendly animes.
No, there's a lot of anime that are really kid-friendly. And then you get to the stuff that is just either very gory or just straight up horrifying.
Dude, what the fuck's his name in that anime? Island of the Giant Bugs or something?
I'm gonna shrug my shoulders.
Well, let's just say I wouldn't exactly wait until my little sister's 7 and show her Berserk.
I mean, no, like the fucking Berserk CGI. God, that thing is disgusting.
How about we grab a kid off the street and show him fucking Hellsing?
Hellsing Ultimate. Nah, it's a beautiful one for a child to watch.
No, it's not child friendly.
Oh, which part of it are you thinking of specifically? Hi kids, want to see a dead body?
Hi kids, do you like violence?
Anyway,
oh man, I fucking hate people like, oh, you still watching anime? That's for kids. No.
If you want to be technical about it, it's animated, ergo bad. You watch Marvel movies, motherfucker. Yeah, look at Thanos. He's a cartoon character.
I mean, I'm not really that into Marvel movies, so
I'm speaking to a theoretical person here, but Thanos is a cartoon character. He started out in comic books. He's now animated.
Yeah, all of the whole DC or Marvel movies, they all started out as cartoon characters. I think one of the earliest works of it is Superman in Action Comics or whatever it's called.
Action Comics #1.
Yeah. Action Comics #1 was Superman. All of your favorite superheroes and all of that started out as cartoon characters, and they've also had comic book characters. And they've also had cartoons made off of them. You remember the fucking Spider-Man cartoon from like the early 2000s or whatever?
Well, like I mean, like quite literally with the Marvel movies, the new ones. Thanos is a cartoon character, and so are all the other digitally animated ones.
Yeah.
All of them. Yeah. Oh, it's animated. It's computer animated. It's still fucking animated. That's kind of the same with anime.
Yeah.
Like, it's a storytelling medium. You can tell whatever fuck kind of story, be it a child story or an adult story.
Yeah.
Or like whatever.
I mean, also, if you want to go on the extreme scale of the spectrum, hey, anime's for kid. Yeah, sure, let's put a 2-year-old in front of fucking hentai. That's animated.
I think there's a lot of hentai with 2-year-olds already in them. Ooh, let's not go down that path. Ooh.
This is why I want to slap you at times. You know that, right?
Oh, don't worry. The algorithm's going to do that for you.
Oh, God. I hate you at times.
I love me at times. I'm just so attractive.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So, anyways, nice weather we're having, right?
Like, for the record, we don't, shall we say, appreciate sexual depictions of minors. We'd rather that didn't happen.
You know you're doing something wrong with the way you're talking about a topic when you have to go on record and specifically clarify that.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, the second you admit to being an anime fan, everyone's gonna assume things about you anyway.
Yeah.
So it's...
That's true.
Yeah, it's like, it's just one of those weird, like, cultural things, like, like that. It's, or if you say, you're a Catholic, oh, which end of the penis were you on in church?
Exactly.
Hey. Yeah, it's just a lot of these things, stereotypes, basically.
I just also want to say, if any part of this podcast feels disjointed, it's because I have decided to edit out a couple of things.
Well, like me making some very off-color jokes.
Yes.
Yeah, back in my day, we just made jokes about color.
Case in point. Case in point.
Yeah. It's funny because what I'm actually mocking there isn't other races, but racists. Isn't that fun?
True.
God damn amazing that is. I'm glad the world is moving on.
Oh my God.
I just realized what's different.
What?
You cut your hair again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Jesus Christ, sharp as a fucking cue ball. I come in with the head, sides and back of my head fucking clean shaven almost, and he's like, there's something different about you. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 hours later.
As a fucking cue ball.
Yeah.
2 hours? We're nearing 3, dude.
Well, let's not focus on the details.
Yeah.
Man, this has been a conversational thrill, right? Hasn't it? We started out with talking about piracy measures, and now it's what? Anime?
Yeah, something like that.
Some good anime out there, though. I thought you were watching Dr. Stone somewhat recently.
I was, and then my Crunchyroll Premium ran out. And I just didn't get back into it for some reason.
I mean, the current run is over now, so you can catch up with the rest of season 2.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that when I get home. Watch some Dr. Stone.
Shit, I can get you into a bunch of anime I think you'd enjoy.
Dude, I have so much on my plan to watch list already, it's not even funny.
I don't know. I'm sure I'd laugh at some of your choices.
Yeah, I'm guessing you do, because like back in the day, I originally got on myanimelist.net. In like 2013, so like 8 years ago. That made you violently uncomfortable.
Yeah, I just have a shudder at the thought of time passing.
Hurricane Katrina was in 2005. Oh, that reminds me of the conversation we had where I just like started rambling off on you on Discord of like things that were gonna make you feel old.
Yeah.
Like the fucking tsunami that hit Sri Lanka happening in 2004.
Yeah, and it just feels like a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And the fucking, people asking questions online, like someone was like, how do you burn it? Like, why do you burn a CD kind of thing?
Oh yeah, like how do you burn a CD?
Do you put it in a fire? Like, what's the point?
Oh my God, that made me feel so old.
It made me feel violently uncomfortable.
Yeah. Oh man, because I used to be one of the guys who burned CDs and like made mixtapes and shit. Yeah, I used to make mixtapes.
You know, I'm not usually judgmental.
I used to make mixtape and play them on my Walkman
Walkmans
or
were
Discman.
yeah, Discmans were the shit. Same with Walkman.
Oh man,
I used
dude,
to
I
have-
remember fucking cassette tapes.
Me too, brother. Me too. Used to listen to those all the fucking time.
Oh man, I used to have like this because back in the day on the Disney Channel they used to have this like DuckTales. It was called.
Woo!
Yeah.
Mm.
And they made like a live action, or not live action, but they made like a, I don't know what's called in English, like hörespel.
Like audio play. I
Yeah,
suppose?
like basically like War of the Worlds type shit, where like they
radio
made,
drama.
yeah, basically they had a Day of the Triffids. I had that one as a radio play. That was fucking amazing, by the way. If anybody here hasn't heard the radio play version of Day of the Triffids, I so highly recommend it. It is fan-fucking-tastic. But they had a version of that with DuckTales. One of the episodes where it was like they were looking for this magic lamp, and this like genie raised the money bin above like Ducksville, and I remember falling asleep to that shit. Like on my like shitty little stereo thing that had like support for both CDs and cassette tapes. It was fucking great.
Yeah, man. I used to have my hands on once upon a time on a big old fucking cassette player slash radio thing with that little black and white TV screen in it.
Oh
Oh,
yes.
dude, it was the shit.
Oh wow, that we're okay. So we've been through anti-piracy measures, predatory business models, anime, and now we're going on a nostalgia trip to finish it off.
I used to have, you know, those fat old TVs with the curvy screens.
All the
and
tube
everything?
TVs,
Oh yeah.
the ones that were like the screen was like 10 inches or something, but it weighed like 100 pounds.
I used to have one of those standing on that table right there
Oh,
just a few years back. Because, yeah, well, I was kind of slow about updating my TV. I had an HD ready TV for a while that I got from my uncle. Really good thing. It just downgraded HD images to 720p.
oh,
And I just kept getting complaints from, well, my girlfriend at the time and friends in general. Like, boy, howdy, you got to get yourself a new TV. Bucko.
Yeah.
So now I got a 4K thing that I've had for a couple of years. And wait, a couple of years?
no, this hasn't been a couple of years. It's been like a year at the most.
No, it's been more than a year.
It was right around the time they were talking about discontinuing the NRK license thing.
Yeah, it might have been a year and a half, actually.
Yeah.
God.
Oh man. No, the passage of time makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah. I mean,
Like, dude, do you remember when like the 8-track was like the height of technology?
do you remember ever having like a portable USB Walkman?
No.
Because I had one of those, and I was the biggest dick kid in class.
Dude, I still remember my grandparents had like this stereo thing
Yeah.
that was out in the living room. It was like all it was like a giant black box, and at the top you could put in like 4 CDs,
Yeah.
and then you could change between which CD would play.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
those were fucking great. And like these days, if you mention a CD, you're gonna get weird looks. My computer, fucking, I have to use an external CD-ROM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Man.
Dude, I remember those TVs where it's like, I used to have like this old school TV where it's like, I was mind blown by the fact that like on the side of the TV you could put in a DVD and it would play the DVD. Like you no longer needed like a DVD player.
Yeah, that was like a whoa.
That was like a fucking mind blowing technological leap.
Yeah.
And now, just, you have internet, you have a TV, just stream it. It's fine.
And like it's paradigm shifts, and it's always fascinating to kind of look at. That's one of the things that would have been fascinating with having immortality. It's just one of the reasons personally I would want immortality. Like generally, I'm kind of against it. But,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, unless I can opt out later down the line. It's like, okay, I've had enough of immortality.
Listen.
Kind of thing.
The thing with immortality, in my eyes, is I would like immortality but I wouldn't like invulnerability. You know, in the sense that I wouldn't grow old, but like in 100 years, I could be like, fuck this, and I put a shotgun shell to the bottom of my mouth and die.
But like, no, I'd have complete immortality, complete invulnerability. I'd throw in the ability to teleport with no restrictions and no limitations, and maybe some other superpowers too. Just so I could never, get perma trapped, and I could fly around and look at shit.
Yeah.
And like some sort of language ability, so I would always be able to comprehend and interact with sentience. Because I kind of want to see things develop. I want to see the future's paradigm shifts. I want to see the world, the universe, all these beautiful things in nature, all of these random
Well,
people.
ain't gonna be much beautiful things in nature in 150 years.
No, but like, still, like, I could always teleport off to some other inhabited planet and just strike up conversations. Like, hey, I'm a god. Hi, what's up? But like, yeah, I want to learn things. I just kind of want to learn everything, see everything, and then potentially teach everything too.
Yeah,
like,
I get that.
Yeah.
No, but like,
yeah,
because the funny thing is also that technology advances at an exponential rate.
You'd think so, but there are still bottlenecks. We got battery technology holding us back at the moment.
Yeah. But as soon as we figured out the bottleneck, some of those bottlenecks, the technological innovation that we're gonna see, holy fuck!
I mean, there are also two other major bottlenecks: morons and old people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, let's ban nuclear power. Hey, let's pretend that global warming just doesn't exist at all. Hey, let's fucking...
we already covered this in our political compass episode and 8 values episode, though.
Yeah, God, I'm just... It makes me want to backflip.
Yeah, I get that.
Out of frustration. Just a very angry backflip just to get some of that fury out,
Yeah, but like, you want to talk about fucking paradigm shifting shit? Going from a cast iron oven in your living room to like heat up, to having like central heating or a panel oven.
Yeah, but like, what is the future going to contain? What if we transcend beyond heat? Or what if, global warming takes care of it for us? You just stick a frying pan out the window.
Instantly cooled food to...
Iceland's erupting these days.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw some really nice pictures. I like lava, so I look at that sort of thing.
Of course.
I'm geologically inclined. Dude, volcanoes are epic.
Yeah, no, I'm not denying that,
Yeah. And old Prince Phil kicked the bucket.
Oh, he did, yeah.
Yeah. And,
man, oh my god, the whole Prince Philip thing. Like, I'm not a fan of royal families. I'm not a fan of their existence. I believe that they're an archaic, outdated tradition that should just disappear. But still...
There's some good ones.
Still, though, the fucking amount of vitriol and hate and outpouring of laughter that has come at the expense of Prince Philip dying.
I have seen that online.
Yeah, it's like, okay, sure, I'm not a big fan of the whole, like, existence of the royal family thing, especially, like, for example, here in Norway or in England or whatever. That's something we can get into at a later date because we have like 10 minutes left. But still, somebody has still died. Queen Elizabeth has lost her husband of like 60 years.
Yeah, this is a
Have
tragic
some
event.
fucking compassion and at least wait a goddamn week, you fucking animals.
Like, it doesn't matter if you don't like a person. Death is still not something to be celebrated. You should rather, be mourned that even if you hate the person, you should be mourned that there has been a reason to hate the person rather than celebrate their life.
Yeah, it was the same thing with like people. Like there were people out there who hated Total Biscuit. There were people out there who were celebrating the fact that he died, just because they disagreed with some of his opinions on stuff. Like. Fuck you!
Yeah, what kind of fucking psychopaths? Oh, wait, we're dealing with humans, aren't we?
Oh, right.
Okay,
am I the only one who finds it really ironic that Prince Philip died to the day 8 years after Margaret Thatcher?
I don't know. Old Maggie.
Yeah.
Shit, that reminds me, do you believe he's called the DMX? The guy
Yeah, he died yesterday, the rapper. Age 50.
Yeah.
Died of a fucking overdose.
He slipped into a coma, and then he slipped out of a coma and into a coffin.
Yeah. Listened to a lot of DMX yesterday in his honor.
Yeah, did that on the they did that on the official podcast recently when he was in a coma. Kaya was just putting on DMX songs.
Yeah.
You might just cut this bit out because this is irrelevant to the conversation at all as a whole, but still, thought you'd find it interesting. Yeah, not like celebrating the death of someone just because you don't like him. I find that sketchy.
Yeah.
It's not only in
I mean, then again, I could come up with some exceptions.
What, Hitler?
Yeah, I wouldn't exactly be sitting around crying if Hitler died, you know?
Yeah, but some people have been like making that comparison, like, oh, it's kind of like Hitler dying with Prince Philip. Like, I saw someone on Discord recently going like, oh, he was a racist and product of the colonialism thing and all that shit. But like, still, you're just cheering for a man's death. It's kind of a little bit sketchy on your end there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, it's good on you for trying to see the positive and shit. But stop celebrating people kicking the bucket, you fucking psycho.
Yeah, or like if you're gonna do it, because like then again, I'm not able to control what anybody does, which thankfully, because being able to control somebody's emotion, thoughts, taking away their sovereignty in that kind of sense is a bad thing. Like if you're gonna do it, at least do it in private. Don't fucking do it on a public platform like Discord or TikTok.
Yep.
Like, come on, do better.
Man, it would actually be kind of fun being able to mind control people. I would use that to just troll so much. Like, just
I mean, on
connecting myself to the brains of religious fruitcakes and conspiracy theorists and stuff.
Oh, dude, you have such a better view of that than me, because I'd just be like, if I could control people to get them to do my bidding or get away with stuff, I'd just be like, hey, I'm just gonna take all this food from the supermarket because I have no money and I'm kind of starving. You're okay with this, right? And they'd just be like, yeah, sure, go ahead. Yeah, no, I just remote control religious fanatics and flat earthers and shit into disproving themselves while they're trapped inside their head, watching me go over the evidence in a way they can't refute. I just take a flat earther's body and take it on a plane. Yeah.
Woo.
Well, I guess this actually kind of... Yeah, no, we're running a little low on time, so I think we're going to have to start wrapping it up. You want to do the outro as well?
Yeah, I sure can.
Yeah.
So this has been a conversation about a chain of random bullshit. That's what conversations usually are.
Oh, you have no idea.
Yeah, well, I do hope you've enjoyed yourself. I definitely hope you've enjoyed us, because we're, sexy hunks of Viking men, as stated previously. Stop giggling at me. Stop laughing at me.
No.
I am maintaining my dignity here.
I will never stop laughing at you, you scrawny man.
Well, anyway, we are two very sexy hunks of man meat, and I am very much so hoping you've appreciated listening to our incoherent ramblings. So, I hope you're going to join us next week when we're going to talk about who the fuck knows. We certainly don't.
No, all of our conversation topics are really figured out on the spot, kind of.
Yeah, it's a shame because we don't have any material prepared, and therefore we have no idea what we're talking about, and therefore it's not very interesting. We're just rambling.
No, but that actually does make for interesting, because if we say something wrong, somebody in the comment section will correct us on it, hopefully, and that could create an interesting conversation with someone in the comment section.
Bronies are totally legitimate as
I would like
models.
to thank our second subscriber.
For what, being a brony?
No, for being a subscriber.
Okay. Well, fantastic.
I don't know his username because I didn't pay attention to that.
Okay.
And I'm not going to out his real name.
Yeah, because you didn't pay attention to that either.
No, because I don't feel like outing someone with a real name on the internet.
Fantastic. Why don't we just make a bunch of messages in bottles and scatter them in the ocean?
So what, subscribe to Fireside Talks on YouTube?
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh.
Because then we'd be polluting the ocean.
But yeah, no, but screw subscribing or whatever. You know what it does. You know how it helps and yada yada yada. If you want to do anything particularly good for us, then slap something interesting in the comment section. Just share some views. Give us a
Maybe
topic.
a topic, because we're
Yeah.
also thinking about doing the whole like candleside talks.
Yeah, like a short form version where we just do little quick chats, either one of us or both of us, about something tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the recording equipment for it, so if you got something you want to do a quick candleside talk on it, just record it and send it to me. I'll upload it.
You're looking at me like I have proper fucking recording equipment. That's funny.
You got a phone?
You don't want to hear what that mic sounds like.
I know what that mic sounds like. I'm talking to you on your phone.
I think it would be more pleasant if I bought a blender and dropped my phone in it.
Well, anyways, I guess that concludes today. Goodbye, everyone.
Yes, take care and live in fear.
Goodbye.